Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Rimworld, Beta 18. So, we're going to be doing a new scenario. It's a lightly modded one. For those who play a lot of Rimworld, you might have heard of Medieval Times. We're going to be going back through this. We've done, I think, 1 or 2 playthroughs with this mod before. I want to go back into it again, try it with a little bit of light modding, and removing a certain few things, because I think the first time we played Medieval Times we forgot to add a mod to remove guns completely from the game, so we had pirates with rocket launchers turning up at our walls. So we've got Medieval Times. It essentially adds a lot of medieval themed production areas and structures and things like that. It's very thematically appropriate for the time. We're also using Medieval World, no guns, low tech, so this removes anything that is beyond the tech level of what you'd expect from Medieval Times. So no guns, no mechanoids, nothing of that sort. It's pretty much that. Wanderer's Stat is one that we've had along for quite some time. It's one of those just quality of life things that I think isn't a flavour fail. So any wanderer who wants to join our base but isn't being chased by somebody, we get to essentially interview them before we let them in. Cleaning area allows us to set an area similar to our home zone. That means that any colonist set to cleaning only clean the specified area. Quality builder allows me to make sure that whatever structure or, well, whatever production furniture I'm making, correct word, is to a certain standard. So it's just one of those things that I'd be doing normally. Prepare carefully. I'm probably not going to use this. I'm probably just going to randomize, but it allows us to customize all of our characters to a very, very high standard. Miniaturization allows us to uninstall structures that wouldn't normally be allowed to be uninstalled. I'm not sure if this is going to work for the Medieval Times mod, but I'm going to turn it on just in case, because things like cooking stoves and stuff like that, well, things like cooking stoves, if they weren't allowed to be moved, can be moved. Allow tool pretty much speaks for itself. It is just a allow everything kind of thing. Tilled soil. I feel like this was a bit of a flavor win. So essentially you're allowed to till the soil and turn whatever you want into rich soil. So within the walls of our base, you would expect that our farmers would till their own soil. So this is one of the mods for that. We've also got bridges as well. Hopefully this isn't game breaking, but this will allow us to place down moats and bridges and things like that. So we'll be able to essentially set up an almost a killbox style defense system, so we can have a moat all the way around our base so that they can't attack our walls, but they can only come in through one specific location, similar to how Medieval Times would have like their castles sieged and things like that. And finally we've got quarry systems, so kind of like tilling soil. Most of the mining is usually underground in real life, so we've added quarries in there so that we can mass mine things, because as soon as we've mined everything on the map we won't be able to use ground penetrating scanners or anything like that, so quarry is one of those late game mining options. So without further ado, let's get into the new colony. We're going to start with Lost Tribe, sorry, because this cuts off a lot of the research. So we shouldn't have any of the medieval stuff unlocked. We've got more people to get more stuff done as well. And we just start with basic equipment. We're going to go on, I guess we're going to do rough. I don't know, maybe intense. Yeah, let's do intense, make it a little harder. And Cassandra as usual. And there's our seed if you want to create the world and jump into the same map as I have. Okay, after the 9 years of generating a map is finished, where are we going to go? So we've got new tribal icons as well, so I think these are like raiders, these are like properly established settlements would be my guess. So I would imagine I'd want to settle somewhere around these guys if I wanted to trade. Kind of alright with settling near these guys. I don't know though. I don't know. Where else would I settle if I wanted to? I don't want to settle anywhere near these guys because I think they're just like baseline dudes. Kind of like these dudes. Maybe we settle like right here. Right in between, we can go to either one. That seems like a fun plan. Let's do that. Alright, so this terrain is flat land, There's a stone road running through it, so we get a movement buff if we go along that. We've got a river going through it, a creek specifically. Sandstone, limestone, and granite. Fair enough. Average temperature is about 12 degrees. Summer in 28 degrees, which is quite hot. Winter temperature goes down below freezing, so that's pretty good. Growing period, there is one. And animals can graze now. Yes, they can. Yeah, that seems fine for me. Let's go. Alright, as for these guys, I'm going to quickly randomize. Actually, I like the left behind options, so I guess I'm gonna decide which of these I want. Slothful. Global work speed. You work a lot slower. I think we might actually already have the best guys, except for you. You've got asthma, and I'm not in on that asthma life. Let's not do that, shall we? Let's take you out. And then Slowpoke Teetotaler, that's fine. Chemical Fascination is kind of fine as well. You got a bite scar, you got an annoying voice. Otherwise, you're okay. Optimist, nice. Chemical Fascination is okay. Careful Shooter, gay and lazy. So if we look at our team skills, cooking is a little below average. We can't make fine meals off of that, but that's fine. Medicine is reasonable. Growing, I think that's reasonable. We've got somebody with a burning passion for it anyway, so we should be able to get to heal root and things like that to make medicine. Intellectual is perfectly fine. Mining is perfectly fine. I think this is the colony that we're going to go with. If you guys want to name these guys, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I'd love some medieval themed names if you can come up with them. Obviously, be aware that I don't have that much of a word cap, so Lord Edric of Balderdale is not going to work for us, unfortunately, so keep that in mind. Anyway, let's go. Okay, we're in, and I'd like to set up the base in kind of a thematically appropriate kind of thing. So, like, people's houses would have been close to hovels and things like that, so I'd like to give them, like, below average buildings. And the walls, we could do like a sort of a layered approach as well. Just try build a castle, essentially, and put everything that we want inside of it. Alright, since steam geysers don't matter and rich soil doesn't particularly matter, it's kind of just where I want to place the base, to be honest, at this point. And I guess we could use this as a temporary base while we set up everything. Yeah, and therefore this would be our area here. We could use this rich soil temporarily. We've got plenty of mining stuff over here. Yeah, I think that's perfectly acceptable. I like this. This is cool. What's that there? Silver. We got plenty of steel. We got a bit of gold as well. That's nice. Some compact machinery. I'm not sure how much components come into the mod. I've actually just pretty much booted it up, made sure it worked, and then left it alone. We still, of course, have Boomalop, which is a flavor fail, but can't really get rid of them all that much. Right, so let's build a wall, build a door, get that going. We want to set up a stockpile here, dumping stockpile here, and let them go. Probably sort out their priorities between episodes, as I usually do, because I find it boring, and therefore you probably find it boring as well. Alright, let's set up our barracks. So now we've got a place to stay. Wonderful. Right, as far as weapons are concerned, you guys are hauling them. I'll let you continue doing that, actually, before we decide what we're doing. There we go. Right. So, our best melee unit... Actually, what is the best melee weapon? 3.05 for that. It's probably the Jade Knife. 4.73. Oh, 4.95. So it goes club, knife, spear as far as melee is concerned. So our best melee, 5, 9, 5. Okay, so the 9 gets the club, the 7 gets the knife, and then the... You get that because you're awful at shooting. Okay. Oh, we've also... Did I not? I might not have enabled it. I was supposed to enable sidearms. I failed. Alright, get the peeler. You get the bow. And let's see. Somebody was terrible at shooting but good at melee. Are any of you guys that have given melee weapons to good at shooting? You are, but you're the best. I'll make you take that instead, and then one of the people who was bad at shooting that just took the peeler can take the knife instead. I think that's everybody equipped. Just black left. Black is passionate about melee, but he's decent enough at any of them. Damage per second, 5.69. 5. Okay, so you take the peeler. And that's everybody equipped. We've got our base set up as far as research is concerned. So we've got all of this now. Bridges is its own separate thing. All of this is disabled for the purpose of the mod. So we can't actually get to that medieval side of it as well. All of this is medieval technology. We're going to work our way through it. If you go as the normal, like, crash ship dudes, you already unlock all of the medieval stuff. Right now we've only got this, and I think the tab for medieval goes about that wide, which is pretty fun. Right, so what I want to do is, well, let's get a simple research bench going, because I'd like to get stone cutting done. We also should probably start mining out that area there to get some steel. Should we set some hunting to be done? We do need a cooking stove. Production fueled stove. We'll put that there. It's going to be very cramped in there, but it's fine. Is this our warg? This is our warg. Okay. Alright, we'll hunt those. Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Swallow. You're not a hunter anymore. Black is. Does Black have a ranged weapon? He does, he has a peeler. Okay. So the first bit of research that I want is stone cutting, so I can start making stone walls, essentially. We could also get some wood chopped as well, since we'll be making our homes mostly out of wood, being that they're hovels. That seems appropriate. We should also get a growing zone going. Let's do zones, growing zone, and we'll do that for vegetables. That'll be heal root when we can make it. And this will be, I don't know what this will be actually. Probably, we do need a lot of cotton actually. So this will be heal root, but we can't make it, I'm aware of that. Potatoes. And I guess we'll just make a separate zone here as cotton. I might make it a little bit bigger, actually. Because our furniture, our beds, are currently, as it stands, made of cloth. So we can only have sleeping spots until we get enough cloth for that. So let's let them do their thing. We could do with a stockpile zone as well. Well, an indoor stockpile zone, more specifically. For now, it seems like we're doing alright. Come on, finish all that. Also, hold that. Right, as far as bills are concerned, we want to make pemmican if we can. Otherwise, make simple meals and do until we have 7 unpause at 2. And get that going. We also need a butcher's table, so immediately we're going to need ourselves a kitchen area. So let's have walls wooden walls. Trying to think, how big do we want this to be? We could have this as our fridge. I don't think we'd ever need to expand that. We could then have an offshoot here to be like our... Let's cut that a bit there as well. That's to be our dining area or something like that. And then we'll have a kitchen up here. Yeah, something like that. Have a door, and then let's have a door here. And we should have a door there as well so we can get access to the fridge. That's our first structure. This is to be our mess hall or whatever you want to call it. Every lord has a has his own waiting staff to do all of his cooking and stuff like that for him. Alright. First day is over. Have we got a Yorkie? We've got a Yorkie, a Husky, and a Warg. That's a very strange combination of animals. But fair enough. I accept it. So we want a zone area. We want a stockpile zone right here. Oops. And this is to be important. Clear all. It takes foods and animal corpses. I think that's all we want it to take right now. So we'll leave it at that. And actually we do need a door going into the kitchen so that we can get our food. So if I go delete zones, new stockpile zone, this is critically important and this only takes meals. And then we want to delete zones here. And we want to make a stockpile zone there and there. Oops. Did not work as intended. There's a way to do this. You go like that, you deselect, and then you make a new one. This is going to be critically important, and this takes meat. And then this is going to be critically important, and this takes vegetarian. And animal products? I don't know, just vegetarian for now. That way that the kitchen has got raw materials closest to it. There we go. And it's a pretty reasonable start, I would say. God, I really love that water effect, I have to say. Right, we're getting everything grown, so we should have plenty of food. I'm not wondering if that's actually a little too small. I'm going to expand it a bit. Better to have too much than too little. The only way that we're going to be able to cool our food as well, which is why we're going to be making pemmican, is by the passive coolers. And these are temporary things which are very annoying. So it's a good reason why we're making pemmican right now. I do want to get our fueled stove. Let's get that reinstalled there. And then I also want a butcher's table there. And yes, I know it's outdoors. They'll finish it eventually. Harvest that heal root. You'll probably fail, which you did. Not surprised at all. I need some orders as well. I need to chop the wood right there. Two idle colonists. Not anymore. Get on with it. Got plenty to do. As I said, I'll sort it out between episodes, but for now I'm just making sure we've got everything together. Honestly, the default manual priorities aren't the worst in the world starting out. but they do need changing eventually. Alright. I think we'll go for one more day and then we'll end it off. So after that, I want everybody to have their own individual homes. Where am I going to put their homes? Starvation? Seriously? Somebody needs to... Green. Need wood. Well. Everybody's on plant cutting as well. Get it done. Got 70 wood. How much do we need? Huh? Now we've got enough. Hello. Swallow. There we go. Build that butcher's table. Ah, we need more wood because they've just stolen it for the walls. God damn it. Right, there's no more wood being used anywhere else, so build that damn butcher's table. Come on. We can get this starvation sorted. There we go. Butcher. Creature. Do forever. Who's a cook? Cheddar. Start butchering. And then... Need materials? Now you got materials. Make simple meals. Everybody's going to eat the raw meat, but... Still. Actually, I want you to... When you make these simple meals, I want you to drop on floor. Just so that you're not wandering for a long period of time. I want to get some more hunting done, as we are lacking food right now. Veg is hard to come by at this point in time. There we go, nobody's starving anymore. We can get defenses. I think we've got wooden barricades and deadfall traps for the time being, but eventually we'll unlock ballistas and things like that through the medieval tech. I'm just waiting on the research to be done on the stone walls before we focus on that. Okay. We should probably have... something like that, and then make a zone, a build roof zone, like so, and then just temporarily have this stockpile zone be all of this here. Should be able to build a roof over all of that. We got a group visiting the colony. Wonderful. Ah, well, we can actually just fill it up anyway. Right. This is our dining area, but do I care about it being a dining area right now? Don't know if I do. Let's get all of this expanded as well. Faster, Cheddar. Faster. Have we, we've hunted all of those animals, I guess. Oh no, Black's still on it. There he goes. I'll leave it to bleed out, alright. Fair enough. You mean it. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today's episode. I do hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave in the comment section what you'd like to call all of these colonists as well. Something medieval theme would be preferable, but I'm not against anything, so go right ahead. Alright guys, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon as well, and you'll get notifications when the next videos go live. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.